Jack Johnson, Joe Louis, Floyd Patterson, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Clarissa Shields.
Talk your talk.
The undisputed heavyweight world title has always been linked to American greatness and to American champions. It's very difficult to win it, and it's much harder to keep it. The last American heavyweight champion, Deontay Wilder, lost the fight not too long ago to Joseph Parker. You know where he's from? He's from New Zealand. Lonnie Daniels, like Joseph Parker, has the heavyweight world title. She's the current light heavyweight world champion. She's determined. She's skilled. She was 2024 New Zealand Sportswoman of the Year, and she has nothing to lose and everything to win. And she's coming with it on July 26th. Across the ring, we have the GWO Clarissa Shields, two-time Olympic gold medalist, four-division undisputed world champion, current undisputed heavyweight world champion, making the first defense ever of the women's heavyweight world title. Right here in Detroit on July 26th, live on DAZN. The city of Detroit and the state of Michigan has been home to some of the greatest fighters in the sport. The Joe Louis Fist in downtown Detroit is one of the symbols of the city. Tommy Hearns, Floyd Mayweather. And then, for many years, there was a standstill. No big events took place, no great fighter to carry the city forward. Then came along Clarissa Shields. This beautiful Little Caesars Arena was built. Howard Handler became the head of the building. And together with 313 Entertainment, we have had the chance to bring back world-class championship boxing to the city of Detroit.
Hi everybody, I thought I'd address you in my native tongue, Māori. I'm not sure if many of you have heard of Māoris before, but we're the indigenous people of New Zealand. We're a warrior race, and in our culture, whenever we get up to address people or introduce ourselves, we start off with acknowledging our Father up above. We acknowledge the house that we're in, we acknowledge the people that have gone before us, and we also welcome everybody, acknowledge everybody that's here that's come along to support this mean event. And yeah, so that's how we do things where I'm from, and that's been something I've been born and bred. I was humming and hawing because I don't have any other Māoris here to understand what I'm going on about, but I felt it's only right that I do what I know. So it's an honour, it's a privilege to be here. I'd like to thank Salita Promotions, I'd like to thank Mark Tefford, I'd like to thank Clarissa for fighting me. I know if you're a boxer, everyone knows who Clarissa is, and it's an honour to share the ring with you. And one thing my coach has taught me is to respect boxing, and it will respect you, so I'm planning to come here and win. And I've been preparing, and I am preparing the best that I can to give a mean fight, and I know it's going to be an entertaining one, and the only way I'm going home is on a stretcher. So thank you for having us. It's awesome to be here. Much love.
Hey everybody, I'm so happy to be here. First, I want to give an honor and thank you to God for even making this, making this happen. I want to give a shout out to Little Caesars for having me for the third time. Salita Promotions, my promoter, my manager Mark Taffet. We got Win Records. We got 5120 Entertainment, Papoose support, and just all the media that's here, my fans and my friends. It means a lot, It means a lot. So I fought here last year, I believe, and I knocked out Joe Nace to become the heavyweight champion. And you guys, never in a million years did I think I would be fighting at heavyweight. It just doesn't sound good to me to be a heavyweight woman. I kind of think of somebody calling me fat or something. And I remember when they told me that we were going to go from, 160 and we were trying to get more fights and none of the girls would fight me. And then they said, well, we're going to go to 175, heavyweight. And I remember telling them, like, why would I go up 2 weight classes for? And I remember Mark talking about you said you're the GOAT, ain't you? And I remember just kind of laughing. And when they announced it, that I was fighting at heavyweight, it got a really big buzz, and I didn't think that it would do that with women's boxing, you know. And then that's when I start finding out about the girls at heavyweight. You know, I see Lonnie Daniels and Vanessa Jones and Danielle Perkins. And even Hannah Gabriels was up at heavyweight, the girl that dropped me back in 2018, who I won the fight against unanimously. And I just remember, like, okay, I got some fights there. So the girls at the heavyweight division are not afraid of me, you know, which is good, because the girls who were a little bit smaller, let's say that they weren't afraid, but they were very intimidated. So now, as I've been having some of my biggest fights up at heavyweight, now we have, after I just beat a woman that was very, very highly avoided, and I think she was highly avoided by all y'all, you know, and that's Lani, Jonas, Gabriels. Everybody avoided Danielle Perkins. The only person who didn't avoid Danielle Perkins was me. And I went in there and I whooped Danielle Perkins' ass. Okay? So now that we back here again, we got Lonnie Daniels. One, I thought the fight wasn't going to get made. You know, Mark sent me an email and he was like, hey, looks like Lani doesn't want to fight. So when he said Lani didn't want to fight, I was like, what you mean she don't want to fight? She told me she wanted to fight. So Lani can attest to this. I DM'd her on Instagram and I said, hey, what's up? Are we going to fight or not? You know, and I said, like, are you scared of me too? And she inboxed me back and she said, yeah, I'm a little bit scared of you, but I can still beat you. That's what she said. And I said, well, if you can, well, I'm trying to give you an opportunity for you to beat me. So let's get the contract done. She said, I'm just trying to negotiate. I said, listen, negotiate your money, but come get inside the ring and prove your point, because honestly, I don't think there's no woman in the world that can beat me in a fight, you know? Clock it. You know, honestly, I'm looking at Lani. I don't know who's tougher, you or your coach. Yeah, I have been doing my research, and I've been hearing your coach talk more shit than you know? Excuse my French, kids, you know? But he said there's a lot of flaws in my game, you know? And I was looking at my film myself, and I said, I wonder if he see the same flaws that I see, that I've been fixing. But I hope he's not spending too much time watching film of me, and he watching film of Lani. Because that's who skills he gonna have to fix up. That's who he gonna have to get together. That's who make the mistakes. He said something so interesting today. He said, they're not gonna come in there and box against me. They're gonna fight me. She gonna brawl. Baby, you do that, Lani. If you come in there and you let your coach convince you to do that, you're gonna be out quicker than what I thought. I was giving you the round 6. You come out there and try to stand there in front of me and brawl with me, I promise you, you said stretcher today, you will be going out on one. It's best. It's best you use your skills and tighten up that defense and keep them hands up. Because all them other girls you fought against, they may have been a little bit bigger, but they were not as skilled as me, and they wasn't as sharp. They wasn't as fast. And I'm trying to tell you, to be fighting here, we're going to fight in front of 19,000 people. I'm going to lay your ass out, and then your coach going to run in there, and he going to try to pick you up. That's what's going to happen on July 26th. I did not come to play around. All these girls do all this talking. What they going to do? July 26th, get your ticket. You don't want to be there late. This fight is like the female Mike Tyson. You don't, because I'm telling you, you don't want to brawl with me. You don't want to do that, but I want you to. I don't think you strong as Lani. I don't think you strong as Danielle Perkins. What do you think? You think you strong as Danielle Perkins? Strong or stronger?
I'm sitting here now.
Huh?
I'm sitting here now. I'm fighting you next. I'm not worried about her.
But do you think you could have beat Danielle Perkins? It's just a question.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
She
I'll
said-
beat her.
She said she can beat Danielle Perkins. So maybe after I beat her July 26th, you'll fight against Danielle Perkins, because all y'all girls are scared of Danielle Perkins. And y'all girls scared of me too.
I didn't even know Danielle Perkins before they fought.
What do you mean? Ain't y'all all up at heavyweight?
Yeah, but I didn't know who she was, and that's
That mean that you're
Punokitiatua,
not-
honest
so-
to God.
That means you just not paying attention to your weight class, because I knew who all y'all was before I came to heavyweight.
You said it at the start that it's not cool to be a heavyweight, and for me it was about fitting my fight shorts. So health is wealth, and that's my fight.
But that was 3 years ago. You've been back 3 years now.
Yeah.
Okay. So that fight's over with. You done conquered that. So we here now. And like I said, it's a fight. It's a fight, and I'm happy that Lani and her team came over. I have a lot of respect for y'all. I really do. I just really hope that when you go to the gym, I want you to know something. I look like this now, right? But up in 5 weeks, I'm going to come with my braids in straight to the back. I'm not going to have on no makeup and no lashes. My neck and my arms going to be a little bit bigger than what they are now. So I'm telling you all this, so hopefully you prepared. And my legs, they a little fat right now. But they're going to be muscular. They're going to be muscles when I see you next time at the weigh-in. So I'm just telling you this, so when you come, don't come looking like what's going on. I'm telling you so you aware. Make sure you go to the gym and you train your ass off. And coach, make sure you watch every last one of my mistakes and you try to capitalize off them, because if y'all don't, it's going to be a real early night. And that's all I got to say. I'll see y'all July 26th. Whoa. The greatest.
Ask you, Lani, you mentioned about the cultural, tribal, indigenous, people that you come from, right? Like, what from that would you pull to take into this massive fight against, arguably the best fight in the world?
I take them with me. So she's not going to just be fighting me, she's going to be fighting those that have gone before and those that are going to be coming after. And it's spiritual.
What do you say to her, making it seem that you are the one that needs a lot of fixing and that your coach has a tough job ahead of him to get you ready for her? What are some of those flaws that she sees of you?
What she sees in me.
Yeah.
My God, I suppose.
Like you mentioned that she has holes, but she said that you're the one that has more holes, that he has a tough job to get you ready for her. How do you respond to that?
I don't understand the question, sorry. I've been on a big flight over here, so I'm a bit on cloud nine.
Does she pose any threat? What about Lani? What does she do good in the ring, Clarissa?
Listen, I'm so happy that you asked that. Lani is strong in there. She has a no-quit attitude. She's very unorthodox. And like he said, that they're coming from a Muay Thai background, so he's throwing punches from all different angles. Should have held that, but I'm definitely going to keep that now, because I was trying to understand where all these different punches and stuff coming from when I was watching it. So that's where it comes from. So I'll do some more research up on that for the fight. But she's very she's very aggressive, She comes forward. She throws very unorthodox punches, But with that, she's been in there with girls whose skills don't amount to not even close to mine. And I don't want to talk about the power I got up at heavyweight, but y'all gonna see it July 26th. You seen it when I fought against Danielle Perkins. You seen it when I fought against Jonace. But I'm only getting stronger and better as I fight at heavyweight, and I'm getting more comfortable at the weight. So I think that's what her strong points are, that she's aggressive, that she has a no-quit attitude. And that's why, listen, I'm not looking for the ref to stop the fight against Lani. I'm going to make Lani quit. I'm going to make her throw in the towel.
This is the heavyweight division. You showed against Savannah Marshall that you got that dog in you, right? That you're willing to brawl if you have to, but this is brawling at a different weight class.
Yeah.
You're known to be a great boxer, but are you willing to dig deep in this division against Lani?
I beat up all the girls I fight against. I dig deep against all of them. I'm not ever going to abandon my boxing skills, but is she good enough to make me abandon my boxing skills? Because we all know we got Shakur versus Zepeda coming up July 12th. Shakur not going to go in there and abandon his skills. Zepeda, has to come in there and try to disrupt Shakur game plan, and you have to be a great fighter to do that. So is Lonnie Daniels a great enough fighter to make me not use my skills, to make me throw away my game plan? That's what it's really about. But if I can go in there and I can pick her off with the jab and hit her with this clean right hand and piece her up and drop her, that's what I'm going to do.
I have one more question,
Yeah.
Clarissa. You predicted a knockout when you came up on a podium. Can you give me a round on that?
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a numbers person. So let's run down the numbers real quick.
Okay.
I won the Olympics when I was 17 years old. Then I won it again when I was 21. Let's just keep that right there. Now, this is my 17th fight coming up. I was giving Lani round 7, and I was going to knock her out, up to round 7. But from what her coach got, he got up there and said today, that done pissed me clean off. Said that she going to stand there and fight me, and she going to brawl with me. It may be another second or third round knockout, man. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Second or third?
If it's not 7, it's going to be second or third.
What do you say to that, Lonnie? Second or third round knockout prediction?
If we're talking numbers, I think I stop her in round 9.
My girl. Okay.
So I was number 9 in UK Who Dares SAS Who Dares wins.
You ain't stopped nobody.
Sleep under number 9 in the gym at
She ain't stopped
home.
nobody.
I'm one of 9 children, and I'm going to stop Clarissa Shields in round 9.
What is it going to take? What do you have to do in order to stop Clarissa Shields in round 9?
In round 9, I have to make it there.
Yeah, that's obvious.
Which will mean her theory's wrong.
Oh my God.